So, guys, it's beginning to look very likely that the Super Eagles of Nigeria are not going to go for the 2026 World Cup next year that is happening in the US, Canada, and Mexico. Yesterday, we saw a very shambolic performance from the Super Eagles, and I personally am not surprised because we have been here severally. Super Eagles of Nigeria does not deserve to make me very sad. If you cannot beat the Zimbabweans in your own backyard, are we not going to be sure that when you go for the World Cup, you are going to beat Mexico, you are going to beat Canada, you are going to beat Brazil, you are going to beat France? But that's not the problem, guys. The problem is, please don't forget to click on the like button, share with your friend, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of this amazing content. Let's go to the problem. Now, the problem is that the coach, Eric Shea, refused to, do four things. Now, those four things I consider very, very important. Number one, your formation. Number two, your lineup, the people that are going to execute your formation. Number three, your substitution. Number four, your game plan. Now, I don't have problem with the first two, which is the formation. I think the formation is very correct. You can make reference to my previous video. I've said it before. And then the lineup, I still don't have problem with the lineup. Where I have my problem is in the last two, which is the substitution. I think he made a very, very terrible mistake from his formation, from his substitution, I mean to say, sorry. Number one, I don't think he should have subbed Osimhen out, because we all saw what Osimhen was doing. Osimhen had a couple of chances. There are beautiful saves that the Zimbabwe goalkeeper made. We saw Osimhen's contribution, his commitment with or without the ball, how he fought for every ball. We saw his runs and everything that he contributed to the game. So I felt that removing Osimhen in the 85th minute does not really make any sense, because if you can play that long, then he could have as well played the whole 90 minutes. But the coach decided to sub him. And then again, even if you are subbing Osimhen, I was thinking that you would have even brought in a midfielder, and that's the reason again why I had issue with Alex Iwobi that was subbed off. Because if you look at that game, Alex Iwobi had a lot of contribution, especially in the number 10 position, because we were looking for more of the creative player, somebody that will be, that will contribute to, to goals, that we assist, that will be creative, creating chances, somebody that will be bossing the midfield, someone that will, close the spaces, this pocket of spaces that was beginning to open, and somebody that we, consolidate on what we already have. And I felt that you removing Alex Iwobi was a terrible mistake. And then again, he was playing players out of position. And this the same thing I've complained about. If you have to do well, you have to learn how to play the players to their strengths, play them to their rightful position. That's how you play players to their strength. But the coach has refused to acknowledge this fact. And that alone brought us, to where we are, because I feel like the substitution does not really make any sense. By the time we scored that goal, I felt, and I'm talking about the game plan. The game plan should have been try to consolidate or solidify the midfield. So, like I said before, even if you are going to be subbing Osimhen off, you bring in another midfielder. I don't see any reason why you sub Osimhen off and then you bring in Victor Boniface. With all due respect to Victor Boniface, we know that he's not in a very good form at the moment. Someone that sits in the bench in his club. So I feel like you would have even brought a midfielder that would, close the spaces that was beginning to open, that would frustrate the Zimbabweans, especially now that they have conceded and they are beginning to come out. So I felt like you would have brought in a midfielder that we jam up the midfield and support, have a support role with the defenders, close up spaces, frustrate the Zimbabweans, and at the end of the day, 90 minutes, 1-0, and the 3 points is in the bag. So I thought that should have even been a game plan. But from all indication, Eric Shea, the Super Eagles head coach, does not even have a game plan, and that cost us a lot. So if he had that as little, as simple as that, as a game plan, Nigeria would have even skate through, because we only had about 17 minutes from when they scored the goal. So we would have, head on, and then at the end of the 90 minutes, like I said before, 1-0 and 3 points is in the bag. But the coach had other plans, and the plan did not work out. And it's so frustrating, guys, that this is your second match in charge. You shouldn't be making that kind of elementary mistake. For me, I feel like he had the first two very okay. The first two was very okay. The formation and the lineup was okay, but the substitution and the game plan cost us this. Guys, what do you think? Do you think that this coach has a very good game plan? Because if your game plan, if you're when you're going to any match, if your game plan does not correspond with the tactics, with your tactics, and it's not balanced, it's going to be costing us a lot. So do you think Eriche has what it takes to take Super Eagles of Nigeria to the next level, or you think this is still going to be you know business as usual? We are still going to stay where we are? Guys, let me know what you think on the comment section.